41 laps remaining in the Ford 400 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Matt Kenseth trying to make it 5 in a row for Roush Fenway here in the season finale.
You see right there, Jimmie Johnson has caught that 11 car again. He's jumped up to the top side of the racetrack. He's been running Denny Hamlin down.
Got a little company there with Carl Edwards, who's also run him down, but all Jimmie Johnson's got to do is finish in the top 37, and he becomes the champ. 2 car is now officially retired. We mentioned he had gone back to the garage area, so Kurt Busch is out of the race. Only 42 left on the racetrack.
And Jimmie Johnson just moves over and lets Carl Edwards have that spot.
More on Carl. Mike.
Well, you guys were wondering a little while ago whether or not the 99 car could stretch their fuel mileage. Well, they've begun talking about it. I shouldn't say they've begun talking about it. They've been talking about it for quite some time. And about 15 laps ago, they didn't think they could make it. But Bob Osborne just came over the radio and said, well, on second thought, with 25 laps to go, I want you to start conserving fuel. They may have an outside shot.
Well, like I said, Mike, they went 69 laps at Texas. To do it here, they only have to go 66, and the tracks are the same size.
Yeah. If you don't get what you want, you get another calculator and figure that and get somebody else to figure it and see what they come up with. We do know of a couple of cars with Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon can certainly make it. Jamie McMurray came in and topped off, so there are guys back there that definitely can.
So if it goes green, Carl Edwards knows that he has to try it. That's the only shot he has. He has to try to win.
Only chance.
Carl Edwards is not a guy that's going to quit. In fact, when you ask Carl Edwards about this championship, he'll tell you one thing: it's not over.
But regardless of what happens with the championship, we have given it our best and we've performed very well. I'm not going to speculate on what it would be like to not win it because it's not over. You know, a lot can happen, and I think that you know, after the race at Homestead, no matter what happens there, I'll have probably a better perspective then.
Carl knows what you at home know. There's still 42 cars on the racetrack. And, of course, Jimmie Johnson's got to finish 37th or better. There comes the Joe Gibbs teammates, 20 and 11. More on Denny Hamlin. Jamie.
He's certainly been one of the fastest race cars all night long, Doc. He worked his way, got track position, got up. He's led some laps. He's running second. You see his teammate Tony Stewart giving him a run for the money on the inside. But the 11 car, last we were told they're going to be 8 laps short. You know, this race is winding down, so we have to keep our eyes on these front runners to see if they will need to pit.
Tony Stewart goes flying by Denny Hamlin down into turn 3. I think he has his sights set on winning this race or getting to the front before he has to get fuel.
If you know you can't make it, there's no reason to stroke it. Just let it hang out. See if you can get to the lead. At least if you don't win, you can say, hey, we had them.
I bet Ray Abraham sitting down there in pit studios saying his information from past history probably tells him there's going to be another caution before this race is over. How about it, Ray?
What's it say, Ray?
Well, DJ, my caution history's not been doing real good today on the number of cautions and whatnot, but it does say there is a very good chance that there is going to be a caution in the last 20 laps. And I will tell you that Carl Edwards cannot back off like he did at Texas because Harvick and Gordon and McMurray and those guys did pit, and they'll be coming. So he's going to have a caution if he's going to want to win this race.
Yeah, he's not going to have that little cushion he had at Texas where he could run half throttle for 12 or 14 laps. Those other guys are going to keep him honest. So he's still running full throttle down the straightaways.
Jimmie Johnson just trying to find a very safe and secure place on this racetrack here for the final 33 laps. If he can stay there, Jimmie Johnson will have his own page in the NASCAR history books.
Matt Kenseth leading the Ford 400, now 29 laps left in this race and in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season for 2008. Kenseth up on Tony Stewart by 1.2 seconds, though that gap is shrinking considerably. That orange car charging quickly toward the race leader. Meanwhile, Jimmy Johnson, the would-be champion, has settled in 5th in line, trying to keep some clear racetrack ahead to avoid trouble. It's a couple of calls to pit road that have made the difference in this one.
Yeah, Chad made a good call bringing the 48 car in, getting it out of position, putting 4 tires on it. A few laps after that, he brought it in, put 2 tires on it, got the thing out in the lead.
This our Sprint Cup monster moment.
Absolutely. Came in and got the 2 tires, got him out front, picked up 12 positions to get him out front. Look at Chad leaning on that box end. Go get him, Tiger.
For more monster moments, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile. So let me update you on the clinch scenario now. Jimmy can no longer finish any worse in this race than 41st because Marcos Ambrose is 45 laps down. There's only 28 laps to go. Jimmy's on the lead lap still. He can't finish, even if he dropped out right now, any lower than 41st. That means Carl Edwards must win the race if something were to happen to Jimmy to have a shot at the championship, to take the title. There you go.
Well, it can happen. It's probably not going to happen, but man, you got to hand it these guys the way they're driving. I mean, Carl Edwards is flying out there. It looks like Matt Kenseth might win this race this week. Hasn't won all year long. That'd be good for the sport. Never know. Let's see what happens.
Jimmy getting closer to history. 3rd consecutive championship. Let's check down with Dave.
Now, Chad told his driver to save a little fuel, but that he would have to stop again. And I asked this intelligent crew chief this morning what he would remember if they take home the Sprint Cup tonight. He said, overcoming from where we started, a comeback. I said, a comeback? He said, don't forget, we finished 27th at the Daytona 500. We were 13th by the 5th race, and only then did we start winning. 7 wins after that, 3 in the chase. Huh. Imagine, guys, calling this year for the 48 a comeback.
Yeah. Everybody's got their perspective on it. Let's not forget also, Chad Knaus can become tonight the first crew chief in the history of NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing to win 3 consecutive championships. 26 laps away. Doc, we're going to have us a race for the lead in this thing too.
Indeed we are, and the big question is Tony Stewart going to have enough fuel to make it? And Tony, then the right side of your screen, moving in now on Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, he's moving in, but he looks in his mirror. Just a little bit further back right there, you're going to see Carl Edwards coming.
There comes Carl, and as you heard Alan say, Carl knows now that he has to win the race and hope that something happens to Jimmy Johnson. That's the only shot he has to win this championship.
And even if he doesn't win it, he can say, and the whole team can say, we've done all we can do. We've heard that before.
Remember when Tony Stewart was running down Kevin Harvick a couple of years ago in the Brickyard 400, and what did he do? He ran him down and won the race.
Well, he's there again now on Matt Kenseth.
That's a good feeling as a race car driver to see that car coming back towards you.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. Yeah, I had that feeling sometimes. I don't know that I ever.
Did you ever say anything like that?
I don't think I got quite that confident, but Smoke is, and there he comes to the outside.
Tony Stewart's final ride after 10 years as part of the Joe Gibbs Racing family. 23 laps to go. Can Tony give him one parting gift and take Joe Gibbs and JD and the whole team to victory lane here in his final race?
Drive it away, baby. Come on.
And don't forget now, these guys have to make another pit stop.